Hello, everyone. My name is Kim Hayworth from the Facebook page Good News Daily and from the website to come, goodnewsdaily.info. And today I'd like to chat a little bit about what causes harmony and balance and concordance in our lives and what causes discordance, unbalance, and disharmony in our lives and how that affects our physical bodies and our lives, basically. So, some of the things that we go through in our lives that aren't processed, that we either weren't able to, weren't given permission to, or didn't know that there was a benefit in expressing what we were feeling. And those stuffed, undealt with emotions become physical things in our bodies. They can manifest that way very easily, very quickly, if they're not processed and dealt with. And those things can start to cause disharmony and dis-ease within the body. Also, traumas can cause dis-ease within the body. And oftentimes we think of trauma as this huge thing, and sometimes it is. But oftentimes, and most times, it's would be considered, something fairly small. People that are sensitive, like myself, it really doesn't take a whole lot more than feeling powerless. And when you feel powerless and like you don't have a choice or an option, it can register as a trauma. And those things also get stored within the body. Sometimes they become physical pain very easily. And that also holds emotion. And all the stories we hold behind that, all the things that we chose to believe that day when that happened. And those things becomes limiting beliefs. And our subconscious mind will just operate out of those, and most of our lives we become very unaware of them and just operate from that space over 95% of the time. Our conscious mind is less than 5% of the time. So until we can bring those things to the conscious mind, we're just going to kind of go on autopilot with the way we react, the things that we say, the things that show up in our lives. So the cycle of that is that then that dis-ease, that unbalance creates inflammation within the body. And that inflammation can start to create sickness and allow things to start taking place within our lives, such as viruses and bacterias and molds and fungus, just to name a couple. And when those things are at a frequency of that trauma, that unresolved emotion, that limiting belief that we have, we will become like a magnet for it. And those things will hang out in our bodies, in our systems, until we decide to make a different choice. So the things that can really assist in healing are starting to unravel those things, to address those stuffed emotions, to allow them to come to the surface, to address and acknowledge these difficult things that we've been through or haven't processed. And that can start, as those things are healing, to create harmony and balance and concordance again. And things that can really promote that are things like being in nature, doing things we enjoy, being happy with our lives, and not trying to change where we're at. Allowance, surrender, not fighting against. Those are all things that can create more balance in our physical bodies and then in our entire lives, because it all affects one another. Nothing is separate from one another. I'm not even separate from you. We are connected. And, those things that had created that discordance can now start to fall away and be replaced with these things that are so beneficial to our entire lives. So I hope this has brought some clarity to you today that might be different than something that you've been taught or learned in the past. And I hope that you'll hold an open heart and open mind to these things, as my life is a complete reflection of this. Many blessings to you. Take care.